everybody? Welcome back to Crown Performance. As always, Coach Kyle right here. Coach Brandon behind the camera.
Peace.
Alright, now, bringing you today part 3 of You're As Old As Your Spine. Now, part 3 and the final part, we're going to be talking about your lumbar spine, which is essentially from here to here, okay? Now, on this one, I'm going to show you just some tilts and some side tilts, and then we're just going to combine them. And once if you have good control of all these positions, and then as well as part 2 and part 1 of You're As Old As Your Spine, you should have a fairly healthy spine. There are more advanced versions of these to make you even more resilient and stronger. But if you have control of all these motions, you're going in the right direction, okay? So, here's part 3, lumbar spine. So first we're going to work with, I'm just going to keep my hands up so you can see where I'm moving from. But I want you to, again, not move from anywhere else, and you're just tilting your pelvis forward and back. We have what's called lumbo-pelvic rhythm, and if you're moving your lumbar spine, your pelvis is going to be moving with it as well, okay? So that's why you're going to see when I'm talking about this portion, you're going to see my pelvis move as well. But nonetheless, I'm here, tilting backwards, tilting forward. And you want to really explore how far you can go in each direction, again, without moving any other part of my body. So again, it's very common when people try to do this one, they'll kind of push their chest forward and compensate in areas, tricking their brain that they're moving from a spot that they're not moving from. So again, using a mirror or having a friend help you while you watch this video will help out. So again, you're moving here. Okay? The next one, I just call it Sassy Lady, but essentially you're going to hike your hip out to the side. So for me, if I'm hiking my hip to the right, my right knee is closer to being straight, my left knee is slightly bent, and I'm just hiking my hip out. So I have slight extension and a side bend going on with my lumbar spine. Then I'm going to do the other one, and this is, I just call it Sassy Lady. Looks weird? What are you laughing about? Nope. He says it doesn't look weird. Alright, anyway, so, Sassy Lady. Then, you slowly just try to combine them, where there's a back tilt, Sassy Lady, forward, Sassy Lady. And you slowly combine them, but again, you're trying not to move from any other part of your spine. I know it looks a little weird, but...
Let me see you work.
Okay, shut up. This is going to help keep you healthy and resilient going into old age. So this is what I mean by You're As Old As Your Spine. You want to be resilient. When you fall, when shit happens to you, you want to be able to yield with those forces and be able to return back to your position. Yes, there are many times in sport and in life when you need to learn how to keep your spine rigid, to have good forces traveling through it, especially when you're dealing with heavy loads. But you also need to be able to yield to forces when you're being pushed to the floor or something happening. You don't want to be super stiff, because that's when things can shatter and break. So again, going back to the example of engineers and how they used to build buildings, and the materials used to be a lot stiffer and whatnot, whereby when forces play on that building, you know, if its center of mass shifts too far off of the base of support, there is very high probability of having fault lines or cracks or something along the structure that is not going to keep the integrity of the structure. It's going to have a lot better chance of breaking and falling apart. But nowadays, engineers build buildings with a lot more pliable materials, whereby even if the center of mass shifts quite far off of its base of support, the structure has the elastic ability to come back into its position without any faults or breaks, or at least minimal amounts of them. And that's essentially what you want to do with your spine. You want to be able to move your spine around, okay? You want to have all the you want to be able to have all the control of those positions, because again, it's only going to make you more resilient. Anything to add, Graham?
Move your spine, people. Get mobile.
Remember, at Crown Performance, we put performance first.